promise you, I thought I just recorded this whole video. Are you shitting me? Okay. Take 2. What up, babies? I'm back again. I am back again with another lit video. What the fuck? All right. This was a baby suggestion, y'all. She's new to the candle world, and some of the terminology I use, she don't know what I be talking about. So, before we get into it, come on somebody. Y'all already know what to do. Hit that like button and do the rest of that stuff, but only if you want to be a part of the Mama's House Gang Gang. Come on. I know y'all want to do it. Okay. Y'all, disclaimer. I did not come up with this terminology. By no means necessary. That's not what it is. Shut up. By no means. By any means. Yeah, there you go. By any means. Okay. You know, I watch candle alerts and adopted the terminology. And I may not even be saying it like they meant. But I adopted it. And this is what my interpretation of these terms are. There you go. There you go. All right. The first one, y'all. Throw. The throw is very important. That means how far does the aroma of said candle travel? How far does it throw? Okay? From a scale of 1 to 10, for me, a happy medium is a 7. Because it's heaven. 8 is great, and 9 is fine as wine. I tell you that. All right? I can tolerate a 6.5 sometimes, but a 5 is trash. And sometimes a 10 is too much. But that's what the throw means to me. All right. Next we have pool. I use that a lot. I like a nice, even pool. Pool is when the wax of said candle liquefies. Now, does it do it expeditiously, or does it take hours to pool? That's important, because if it takes hours, we may have a problem, Houston. We may have a problem. The wick may get flooded, or it may tunnel. And what that means, so tunneling, it's like when the rim doesn't liquefy completely. Sometimes it looks like, I don't know how to explain it, but here, okay. Yeah, that's tunneling, really. Sometimes I'll say the rim wouldn't liquefy, but it's really the same thing, y'all. It's the same thing, but anyway. And then we have when the wicks get drowned, when they flood, which is very annoying, because sometimes you're thinking that everything is Gucci. You know, you're burning your candle, you're vibing out, you're doing other things, and you look, and then you have one wick burning, and the other 2 are like buried, flooded, drowned. Okay, so that's what that is. So to fix those type of issues, there's a number of things you can do. Cotton balling. It's when you take a cotton ball and you kind of just dip it into the wax so it can soak up some of the liquid to basically make the flame bigger and not flood. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then there's the toupee, which is basically a foil hat, if you will. But not a hat like this. You don't want the whole thing covered. You just want part of it covered because you're not trying to start a fire. And what that does, it helps the wax melt quicker and more evenly to make that even pool that we want so desperately. Now, those are not the only ways that you can get your wax wick corrections. Some people take a blowtorch. Some people put it on a warmer, lamp it. It's a bunch of things you can do, but yeah. Now let's talk about the burn, the flame. I'll say medium flame. I'll say high, low. A low flame is problematic because most of the time when the flame is low, in my experience, that's when the pool floods and then the flame will go away. It drowns the frickin' wick. Okay? So we don't like low flame. Medium flame is cool. Medium flame is everything. I love medium flames. But sometimes medium high is just as good. But when it gets really high, it can get aggressive, and that's problematic. Because most of the time it will mushroom. A mushroom is when you get that little black clump of carbon deposit right on top. It looks like a mushroom. It really do. Sometimes they can be huge. Sometimes they could be small and non-problematic, but sometimes they can be huge and cause all kind of soot and smoke, and sometimes they pop, and that's when the wax get all dirty looking and they'll fall in. And so to prevent your wicks from misbehaving, you should trim. You should trim them. And every video I say I'm going to trim, light, and get this puppy started, because that's exactly what I do, y'all. For every single review, I will trim that wick. Now, okay, not every, because sometimes you say you don't need to. Shut up. She right though. If it's small enough, like a 1/4 of an inch, I won't fuss with it. But for the most part, I am trimming my wicks with this. This is a wick trimmer. Okay? And normally, I won't let a candle burn more than 4 hours. And then I will blow she out, let her cool down, and then I will retrim her. Every subsequent burn, I am trimming that wick. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, Mamas, you're so extra. You ain't got to do all that. Maybe you ain't got to do all that, but I do. Okay? Now, when I say blow she out, I'm not really blowing her out. I'll take this little dipper and I dip it so that way all the smoke, I mean, once in a blue I might blow it out, but sometimes when you blow these candles out, you get that and it pop up and like, oh shit, is it in my hair? You gotta be careful. You ain't got no hair. Shut up. You gotta be careful. And sometimes I'll take this snuffer and do it. All right, it's a whole process over here. So the term lamping is basically when you take a candle and you put it under a lamp warmer. There's different type of warmers in the community. One I'm still trying to find, like the crock pot one. I had one, but it didn't work out. Shay, focus. Okay. So lamping is when you take said candle and you put it under a lamp and turn it on, and it just magically makes the candle smell delicious. And there's this thing that I do that I'm not encouraging anyone to do because it can be dangerous. So we have to be smart. When I say lamping while lit, yeah, that's basically what it is. The candle is lit and you put that motherfucker under the lamp. That's not a good idea. actually stopped doing that. I don't do it as much as I used to because what was happening is the lamp bulb, that globe, whatever, it got sooty. I have to clean it, and it's still not the way it should be. But yeah, so I don't generally do that anymore. But one thing I will do that I don't encourage y'all to do is warm while lit. So you take said candle while lit and put it on a flat warmer, and yeah, so that's what that means. Don't do as mama do as mama say. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what else do I be saying, y'all? Let me see. Oh. Okay, so yeah, funny enough, I get this question every now and again. What do I mean by chicken leg? I don't know when it started, but it was fairly in the beginning of my reviews. And when I noticed that the wick was extremely skinny, I deemed them chicken leg, chicken leg, chicken leg. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, and it just became a thing, but basically it just means that those wicks are extremely skinny, like a chicken leg. Anywho, yeah, wicks come in different sizes. You get long ones, you get fat ones, medium ones, and it's a whole thing about wicks that I am not versed in, because truthfully, y'all, I am not a candle alert. I am still a candelor. I am learning as I go. I am still new at this, but that's what I mean when I say those terms. All right? So if y'all have any questions, if I didn't cover something, I think I did, but if I didn't, put it below, Joe, and I will address those questions there. So I hope that this helped you in some way. Nah, I think this was a setup, me too. Anywho, that's all. And having said all that, having said all of that, I will see you babies later. I love your guts, and y'all be good.